I'm in the foothills of the Alpine Mountains on a beautiful sunny day, and I'm here for an exciting journey, a journey to visit Damanhur. Damanhur is a community of people, 600 people, who strive to live a spiritual life in harmony with nature. Here behind me is Damanhur, and I really look forward to being there. Sigala, we are in this beautiful sacred forest of Damanhur, and I heard you singing out there with the background music.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to say what you were doing?
Yes, I was singing with the music of the plants. It's a way of expression of the trees that's translated thanks to the device that we developed here in Damanhur. And it's called the bamboo. And it translates electrical signals of the plants into MIDI signals, music, making notes, making melodies. And since the plants are aware also of sound, they start hearing their own melody and also regulating their own system. They can interact with human musicians also. So I was singing with that music.
That's fantastic. And can you also communicate without that device? Do you feel you can feel the vibrations and the sounds of the trees?
Yes, yeah, I do, definitely. I feel since I came here in Damanhur six years ago, I've become more aware of my communication with the trees and with the plants. And I've been also more consciously developing this contact, and I've also for several years I've been living here in this sacred forest. And at a certain point, I had like a sort of intuition that there was like harmonies and melodies in the woods. Yeah, it's very much so that that there is a lot of intelligence and awareness and wisdom in trees, and when we open up our communication with trees, it is like talking to a very wise being, and it's very humbling also to realize that we are surrounded by these amazing wise beings, and we can learn a lot from them. They are all connected. They have also their kind of character, because also like the melodies from one tree differ a little bit from another. And also when you train yourself a little bit in communicating with trees, you notice that a birch tree is different from an oak tree, also a little bit in character.
A bit like human beings in different races.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And but they are connected. They're very aware of their shared consciousness, and they work very intensively together also on biological level, and so we can learn many things.
So you really are in harmony with the trees.
Yeah.
Prathyusha, thank you for talking to me. I want to talk to you about why you came to Damanhur.
Why I came to Damanhur? Actually, I visited Damanhur for the first time 12 years ago. And when I came, I recognized it as home. I recognized the purity of intention and the hard work of people that wanted to create something better for humanity.
Some people might say you may be escaping from the world. What would you say?
Sure, it could be described like that if it were easier here.
So those of, I know that it'd be fantastic if a lot more people came and saw and experienced from themselves. But if they can't, what advice would you give them on any meditation technique or that you have learned?
Here in Damanhur, actually to simply breathe, we have this simple exercise that we do, each Damanhurian does each day, which is 10 minutes deep breathing, closing your eyes, very simple, no complex thing, just imagining the energy flowing in and all the tensions coming out. And it's a profound changing experience. The most simple things in life are actually transformative and can transform you if you are willing to be constant in it. So the constance is something very, very important.
Rainer Chirente, it's a great pleasure to be at Damanhur in this beautiful forest, the sacred forest, and to be talking to you. Let me ask you your vision of Damanhur.
Yeah, Conte Feroze. My vision of Damanhur. I am in Damanhur because I think that for me is a dream of shared freedom about another people, yeah, together. And I think that Damanhur is a possibility for everything that really believe in the humanity, yeah, and in this world that is great, wonderful. Oh, I love it, this world, this life.
And were you always had that feeling when you came to Damanhur 15 years ago? Did you feel differently before?
Yeah, sure. I am different man. Yeah, my story is a normal story of the people that to do his life with a wife, with a son, and with my profession.
You're an architect?
Yeah, I have a study of architect. Yeah, I'm designer, and in a moment of my life, I have everything: money, success, friends, but I must find something that I searching for, and I not find nothing. Yeah, it's a part of me that I not find. Yeah, and the first time 20 years ago that I come in Damanhur for the healer school, I find it, my soul, yeah.
Your spirit.
Yeah, the conscience of my soul, not my spirit, because the man have these three parts. Every man, every woman, yeah, that must to be together always. The mind, the body, and the soul, yeah. When these three parts is separated, the man live no bad, no good, no right. And I felt me so 20 years ago. In this place I find my home, because here you can breathe the spirit, the spirituality, and you can, if you want, find your soul. Yeah, sure.
But you found something.
Yeah, I find the way for know myself. Yeah, and this is a little secret of the life, I think. When a people there is a phrase, famous and old phrase, that is right on the Apollo temple in Greece. conosci te stesso e conoscerai il mondo. You know self and you know the world, yeah. And I think this is a little secret. And I am on this way, yeah. I want to know myself for know the world.
Esperita, tell me, this is the open temple
Yes.
in Damanhur,
Yes,
and it is an incredibly spiritual place.
yes.
Please describe to me what spirituality means to you.
To me, it's a wonderful question. Spirituality to me is a constant sense of expansion and communion with everything there is, and the understanding that life, intelligence, and love, that is this intelligence that informs everything that exists, is much vaster than what we normally are educated or led to believe. And so this is an understanding that we are a part of an ecosystem in which we have the absolute divine forces, as we call them in human terms, that are closer and closer to us humans. The human being as this connection between these higher divine forces and the material world. And in this connection also the bacteria in my gut are just as important. Right? Because I would not exist without them. So we have to really get out of this idea that as a human being, I am the master of everything, and get into the idea that I have a great honor in being a human being because I can be aware of this connection, interconnectedness of everything.
But we are in the open temple, so we should move away a little bit from the philosophy, and perhaps you tell us what this temple comprises and the history of this place.
Yes, so there is a fun story. This is the open temple, and because it's in open air, and also because we had some temples that were closed in a mountain, and those temples were secret for many years. So we thought that the best way to keep a secret was to tell everyone what we were doing, but nobody for 16 years ever asked us, this is open, do you have a closed one? So that worked really well. Everything here has been excavated by hand. So what you see are still the marks of the pickaxes, everything by hand, and we've counted approximately 2 million buckets of rock. So the temple started on a summer night.
When the star was falling from
Exactly.
the sky.
The first Saturday in August in 1987, when they saw the star falling off the sky. And then the work hasn't stopped. We did stop excavating, but we never stopped to make it more and more beautiful through the arts.
And how many temples do we have here now?
We have quite a complex, and there are 9 main temples and then other areas that connect and corridors that for us are also an important part of the sacred space.
Good.
There are many different halls. They are connected to the different elements of nature and also to some of the important archetypes of humanity. So we have, for instance, a hall of mirrors that is dedicated to air, and also the idea that we are more than just one. So when you enter that hall, you see your reflection so many times to give the idea that we are present in different points of time, that our soul is eternal and our reflection has an echo on different planes, on different times. And it's important to understand that that brings a great honor and a responsibility.
So really you're talking about the human being which is holistic, who connects with nature, connects with the things that are around it. Is that the force of nature that one is trying to achieve at Damanhur?
Yes, this communion with everything, yes, and also an understanding of time. In a way, each hall of the temples is also telling the story of time from a different angle, because as we live, we are time beings. We live it, we really transform and change through time. And we believe that it's important to reconnect to this idea that we're not just in this point, and time is not linear, but it's holistic, as you were saying.
And Falco, I understand, discovered or noticed that this place does have a sense of energy.
Yes.
And that can be described in a particular way.
Yes.
Would you?
We built the temples here underground, even though it was really difficult to build inside the mountain, and we counted over 2 million buckets of rock taken out by hand.
That's a lot of
Yes, everything you see here has been built by hand. Everything, because for us it corresponded also to an inner meditation of touching the earth that had never been touched by human hands, and also corresponded to bringing more light inside ourselves. So we never went in with explosives. It was a delicate process, as you would do with yourself. But the reason why the temples are underground is because here we felt that this is where the synchronic lines, the energy lines of our planet met underground. So the temples are inside this knot of 4 major synchronic lines, and the way they're built is to be completely inside of them, to follow the flow of the lines.
And do you, when visitors come, do you feel, do they react to this energy? Do you feel changes that take place in these people?
Yes, and more. We're really witnessing a very fast and progressive awakening of humanity. So maybe in the beginning we had more people coming here out of curiosity, but now the great majority of the people that come here come out of a sincere spiritual interest, and they understand that the temples are like an activator for their process. They don't need to become Damanhurians to take advantage of the spiritual energies that we have been able to gather in these sacred containers.
Cornelio, thank you for speaking to us. We are now in this beautiful cave, and this is one of your most ambitious projects. Damanhur has many, many temples, but this is probably one of the most extraordinary missions. Do you want to say what this temple is about?
Sì, certo. Questo tempio
This project consists, this temple consists the continuation of the actual building of the subterranean temples of humankind.
La definiamo come la parte
We call it the part of the temple which is dedicated to the world, to other peoples.
E il cuore di questo progetto, la sua vera
And the heart
finalità
of this
sarà
project is to represent the small peoples of the world.
So is this really spirituality being presented in different ways?
Sì, esatto. Sì.
Can I ask you a special question? What is spirituality?
Cos'è la spiritualità? È una bella domanda.
Easy question.
Io do la mia risposta.
I give my answer. The spirituality is the language that connects us to our profound part of ourselves. It's the point where we don't feel ourselves as being only matter. It's actually this body is embodied by a divinity, we can call it by many names, but the part of the divine that actually wants us to live our fullest life and to live a sage life.
I know that you now are at Damanhur. Can I ask you what made you come to Damanhur and leave your normal life in the city to come to live here?
The main reason is that I want to feel more connected with all my parts, and I really feel the need to be part of a bigger dream. Waking up in the morning and do my things was not enough, and I saw this dream. I lived in this dream, and I decided it is my choice.
And what is this you dream about?
The dream is about having the consciousness, daily consciousness of this sense of connection that I sometimes feel. Not enough, probably. This sense of connection with my inner self, my desires, my dreams, but also with the others. These make me feel really well with myself and full of energy, and I think it can be a part of a daily life every time.
Is this what you call a spiritual existence?
Yes, it's what I call a spiritual existence.
Paris, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
You're one of the young people here, yes?
Yeah.
A complete generation of Damanhur.
Yeah, I'm native Damanhurian.
Okay. What is the experience of living your life in Damanhur?
I think the main difference is the relation with people, because you grow up in a house with maybe 20 people, where of course you have the parents that are the main point of reference, but I have many aunts and uncles that still are very, very close to me. So I think this is one of the main differences. If I need something, if I want to learn something, I have many, many models in front of me.
spheres, and I had the good fortune of sitting with one of the founder members of Damanhur, Orango. Orango is a healer, he's a meditation expert, and he has all the knowledge that we need to know about Damanhur. Thank you, Orango, for talking to me. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
May I begin by quoting, as I always do, my favorite philosopher, Rumi. Rumi said, "I looked in temples, churches, and mosques, but I found the divine within my heart." My question, Orango, to you is, do people find the divine in Damanhur?
Sì, le persone trovano il divino nella relazione con gli altri e nella bellezza, nella capacità proprio di aprire il proprio cuore al mondo e sentire la bellezza che c'è nella natura, imparando a ricostruirla nei templi e nelle cose che vivono.
So, it is the community which gives the spirituality. Is that right, Orango? It's the community of Damanhur which together creates this divine.
Sì, è il vivere insieme. La comunità è il modello che potrebbe trasformare il mondo e aiutare l'umanità a ritrovare il divino dentro di sé.
You are also a master of healing. You're also a master of meditation. Tell us, how does that awaken one's spiritual self? How do people use those techniques that you teach to awaken themselves?
Le tecniche sono forme di preparazione che servono a entrare in contatto con se stessi. Poi la vera forma di meditazione è stare con te, è vivere con te, è la mia vita. Oggi per me essere qui con te è una stupenda forma di meditazione.
That's very kind. Tell me, people never understand the word spirituality. Can you help explain what that means?
Credo che la cosa più importante sia dare significati nuovi a tutto ciò che facciamo. Perché sono qui? Come mai vivo la mia vita? Perché faccio il lavoro che faccio, che ha la piena dignità, qualsiasi lavoro esso sia? E cosa penso di volere o dover fare ancora prima di morire? Per poter morire felice, realizzato pienamente.
So you're saying really to re-examine the way you live your life in a more meaningful way. Is that what you're saying?
Io penso che oggi ognuno di noi sia troppo distratto e abbiamo bisogno di tornare ad osservare la preziosità di qualsiasi istante della nostra esistenza, pensando che il mondo è dentro di me. Questo è il lavoro che fanno i nostri organi sensoriali. Io ti guardo, ma in realtà tu ti stampi sul fondo della mia retina e abiti dentro di me, tu sei dentro di me. Se ogni essere umano si rende conto che il mondo è dentro di sé, cambia il modo di ascoltarsi e si rende conto che rendere belli gli ambienti nei quali si vive vuol dire rendere belli se stessi. Soprattutto, che quando tu sorridi, non sorridi fuori di me, sorridi dentro di me.
Buddha said, he said, don't look for peace outside, look for peace inside. I think you're saying something like that.
Perfect. Perfect.